bring into being more mindfulness, more concentration, more open-heartedness. Making this work. Good morning, Jim. You are co-hosted. All right. Well, what to do? A poem. A poem for the day. Oh, maybe that would be good. Change my mind. Prelude by Oriah Mountain Dreamer. What if it truly doesn't matter what you do, but how you do whatever you do? How would this change what you choose to do with your life? What if you could be more present and open-hearted with each person you encounter working as a cashier in the corner store, a parking lot attendant or filing clerk than you could if you were striving to do something you think is more important? How would this change how you want to spend your precious time here on the earth? What if your contribution to the world and the fulfillment of your own happiness is not dependent upon discovering a better method of prayer or technique of meditation, not dependent upon reading the right book or attending the right seminar, but upon really seeing and deeply appreciating yourself and the world as they are right now? How would this affect your search for spiritual development? What if there's no need to change, no need to try and transform yourself into someone who is more compassionate, more present, more loving, or wise? How would this affect all the places in your life where you are endlessly trying to be better? What if the task is simply to unfold, to become who you already are in your essential nature, gentle, compassionate, and capable of living fully and passionately present? How would this affect how you feel when you wake up in the morning? What if who you essentially are right now is all that you're ever going to be? How would this affect how you feel about your future? What if the essence of who you are and always have been is enough? How would this affect how you see and feel about your past? What if the question is not, why am I so infrequently the person I really want to be, but why do I so infrequently want to be the person I already am? How would this change how you think you have to learn? What if becoming who and what we truly are happens not through striving and trying, but by recognizing and receiving the people and places and practices that offer us the warmth of encouragement we need to unfold? How would this shape the changes you have to make about how to spend your day? What if you knew that the impulse to move in a way that creates beauty in the world will arise deep within you and guide you every time you simply pay attention and wait? How would this shape your stillness, your movement, your willingness to follow this impulse, to just let go and dance? What if you knew that the impulse to move in a way that creates beauty in the world will arise from deep within and guide you every time you simply pay attention and wait? how would this shape your stillness, your movement, your willingness to follow this impulse and just let go and dance? Please let's notice as I do a little fine tuning on this tuning, how sounds come into being and then vanish. It's remarkable, isn't it? Sounds just spring out of nowhere. I take refuge in the Buddha, the one who shows me the way in this life. Namo Buddhaya, Namo Buddhaya, Namo Buddhaya. I take refuge in the Dharma, the way of understanding and love. Namo Dharmaya, Namo Dharmaya, Namo Dharmaya. I take refuge in the Sangha, the community of mindful harmony. Namo Sangaya, Namo Sangaya, Namo Sangaya. And so we come to that delicious moment when the beauty that we already are sits itself down. It notices that it's sitting here. It notices that there is breathing. The breathing comes and goes. We might take a few moments to reflect upon gratitude. To counter the natural force of finding everything that's wrong, which has to do with survival, built in. We can direct somehow this mysterious awareness to moment after moment, hour after hour, day after day, year after year. That's performance. Walking. We can walk still this morning. I have a friend who lost the use of his legs a long time ago in a fighter plane accident. And he calls those of us who can walk the temporarily abled. Chewing, swallowing, digesting. Awareness, awakeness, concentration, mindfulness. It's all working right now. How can we be anything but overwhelmed with gratitude? And so coming into this breath, into this body sitting here, present for any thoughts which arise, any mood which is hovering. Each breath has a beginning, appears out of no thingness. It becomes very obvious that the mind has a mind of its own. It has habits. Some of these habits are malware that we brought in, were taught to us as children. Other habits are the fundamental habits of greed, hatred, and delusion. Wanting things not to be. And fantasies of permanence and endurance. Fantasies of lasting satisfaction. So all of these are open to the mysterious knowing, illumination of mindfulness. embracing fully each breath, this breath now, as it emerges out of nothingness. If the mind is in some restlessness, if concentration is low, we can increase the complexity of our primary training object, the breath, by adding in a simple mantra. On the in-breath, you might say, breathing in, or in. On the out-breath, out. Or on the in-breath, may I be happy. On the out-breath, may all beings be happy. So we are really devoting energy to awareness and concentration. the great Thai master of the 20th century, Ajahn Chah, gave some fine advice. Whenever you want to bring your practice into perfect balance, simply remember, this moment is like this. Perhaps there's strong concentration. Perhaps there's a great deal of pleasure and ease, or maybe this is challenging right now. Maybe the mind is quiet of emotions or full. It's like this. Please let us reflect upon our interbeing. Some significant percentage of them are oxygen. This oxygen was created by trees or released by trees. They took in carbon dioxide, mixed it with some sunshine, photosynthesis, broke it apart, took the carbon for building their leaves and branches. Trees take shape out of the air. The oxygen is their waste gas. We breathe it in, and an area the size of a carbon dioxide out and oxygen in. And then the bloodstream distributes this oxygen to every cell in the body, where it's used for the metabolizing of sugars, for energy and consciousness. We are not separate from the green beings of the earth. May I be happy, may all beings be happy. We could remember the mighty forests of the Amazon, the plankton of the oceans. They are our lungs. And we breathe along with billions of humans, countless billions of animals. We are inseparable from the web of life. When we awaken from the separateness, we discover our unity, our interbeing. On the in-breath, may I be really happy. May I be mindful and content today. On the out-breath, may the same be true for my loved ones, my friends. We lie back in the arms of love, which is also the web of life. So on the in-breath, on the out-breath, may all beings be safe. May all beings awaken to their true great nature. And so now, please, let's have a moment of intentional gratitude for this time together, this time going inward. What good fortune. and bringing awareness, the intention to open them, and then seeing and seeing with the eyes of blessing, the eyes of gratitude. I remember when I learned a little factoid I shared with you just near the end of the meditation. I was driving in the van from Hollyhock to the ferry. Bill the naturalist was driving me. Lovely fellow. I've known him for 27 years. Each year, once a year, we get to have a conversation or two. He's the naturalist, or he was the naturalist. And he talked about the trees and how the trees build themselves from the air. And it never had occurred to me, where do they get all the carbon to make all that wood? They nab it from my breath and your breath. We help build the trees. Of course, driving our cars does the same. Mm-hmm. So, we're interconnected. Not even interconnected, we are interbeing. Term coined by Thich Nhat Hanh. So I have a couple of announcements, very short, I think. One is, I believe there's still a space or two on the retreat this weekend, my retreat that I'm teaching from on Saturday and Sunday at Hollyhock. You may register there at hollyhock.ca. And this Sunday, Doyle will be in the teaching seat at PIMC. And Saturday will be Candle and Gary from 9 to 2. All that can be found on the portlandinsight.org website. So, what is with you? If you'd like to share something, ask a question, just press your unmute button. I'm seeing you speaking, Had, but I'm not hearing. Can other people hear him? Yes, Let me see what's happening here. It seems odd. Preferences. Audio. Built-in out. Oh, I see. Yes, let me just unplug this, perhaps. Try again, Had.
Okay, it's when I hear the word, I want to think about it, and it reminds me of existential philosophy of John Paul Sartre.
Around the breath, notice how it doesn't exist. And
I got it. Thank you.
Life becomes increasingly surprising. I mean, when I sat there and I was simply present. And there was one particular time, 3 drops came, boom, boom, boom. And I don't know why, but something in here found it incredibly hilarious. It was like the